Well, hello there. So for my first video, I wanted to just kind of touch on the purpose of this channel and what I hope to accomplish with it. So in short, I like politics and I like psychology, and the former needs the latter. I see a lot of divisiveness in America today. A lot of groups talking amongst themselves about other groups, and not a lot of groups actually talking to each other. When the groups do talk, far too often are these conversations shallow, combative, bad faith, and lacking in substance. Many people engage with politics in very unproductive ways and treat it more as entertainment than actual engagement with policy, and more as a way to sound smart and dunk on people than to genuinely pursue truth and the complexities that come with it. People are embroiled in echo chambers with pundits at the top that very selectively filter and frame their media content, which constructs different versions of reality depending on which pieces of information they emphasize and which they omit. People get very emotionally invested in these political teams they join and in the filtered versions of reality they are being exposed to. This makes it extremely challenging for people to agree even on a shared interpretation of factual reality, let alone agree on values. Most of these conversations never make it past the point of even basic fact-checking. In fact, most Americans cannot name a single bill that their candidate of choice has actually passed, let alone any details or provisions of the bill. What passes as politics, in my estimation, is mostly just people joining teams and channeling anger from their personal lives into an arena where the stakes are very high and the teams are very passionate. I think people seek a sense of belonging and fall into group identity very easily. Then they absorb the beliefs of these groups as a byproduct of being in them, and then they may pick up some talking points and rationalizations to then defend these beliefs they have already decided to hold because they just feel that way. I believe people also claim a level of certainty of conviction in their beliefs that is unjustifiable and is not proportional to their ability to truly articulate or defend those beliefs. I also think that many people are unaware of the actual reasons why they hold certain beliefs, and have never truly critically thought through them, but rather are content to simply accept a low-resolution representation of reality that looks decent enough so long as you squint at it. Many people also cannot give you a fair steelman version of their opponent's positions. To sum it up, I think in general in the world, there is a lack of critical examination of belief across all domains, and there's a lack of good faith, productive dialogue between people. And there's just a general apathy towards trying to understand people who are different from us. And I think this is not always because of malice. I think it's because many people genuinely just don't know how to engage with these things. I want to start this channel to have conversations, productive, substantive conversations, to help people engage with politics in a way that I view as much healthier. I want to encourage people to engage in more critical thinking and to challenge themselves, to value the good faith pursuit of truth, to be more aware of their own cognitive biases, to be better communicators, to humanize and understand people they disagree with, to separate policy from the culture war, and to be better consumers of media and be aware of how all media, mainstream or alternative, frames and shapes their perception of reality. I want to talk about how to have better conversations and then actually have those conversations, not just have meta conversation forever and pass it off as politics as so many in this space do. You can't talk about politics without talking about people, and that means we have to talk about psychology. In discussing politics, we also come up against sociology a lot, and philosophy, and even STEM fields like statistics when we're vetting the empirical evidence that alleges to support our policy prescriptions. I plan on touching all these topics at various points, with the focus primarily being on politics and psychology. I care deeply about humans and their well-being, and I want to try, to the best of my ability, to offer people information I have learned throughout my life that I believe to be beneficial and worth knowing. I also am excited to continuously learn from other people along the way. I have some solo videos planned out, as well as a couple of debates and interviews lined up, so that content will be out soon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.